Y'all see this shirt right here? Progress, not perfection. That's the theme for this week. Hey everyone, welcome back. This theme has just kind of been one that I've been hanging on to, just progress, not perfection, just going through and hitting, one step at a time, one thing at a time, one supplement at a time, one glass of water at a time. And right now I'm having some Gatorade Zero, which I love. This is sugar free and getting some potassium up in here. But this is my last little bit of liquid refreshment for the day. And I love this flavor, Glacier Freeze. Time for a drum roll. Guess how much I am down? 1 pound. A little bit of progress, and I'm excited because it's continuing to go down in the right direction. So I'm happy about that. I've been getting an average of 6 hours of sleep every night. It's like 6 hours and 13 minutes. So I'm happy about that. That has been a goal, was to have 6 hours. My mood though this week has been, it's just kind of been meh. I don't know if that's a good explanation or not, but it's just been meh. I've been feeling a little more stressed this week. And I think that's just because I'm trying to get everything together for graduation. I really don't know if this upcoming graduation has really got me all stressed or not. My mom's coming in, my in-laws are coming in, and I really don't know. I don't feel like it, but then again, in my situation where I'm at in my life right now, I seem to just have this thing. I don't have any highs, I don't have any lows. And some days I just feel like I'm like, am I even feeling anything? Do I even have emotions? And you know what? I know I still have emotions because I finished the video montage for my son's graduation, and I kept it to 2.5 minutes. And then I wrote a speech, if you can call it a speech, that's 2.5 minutes, that is just basically challenging my son as he heads out into the world and into life, and challenging him to continue to live for God and to celebrate the big and the small and everything in between. But when I was making that video, I still have some emotions, so I know I'm still a feeling person, and I will share that with you so you guys can get a sneak peek before his actual graduation. And I did not wait until the last minute to get that video done. So anyway, moving on. I have been doing some walking. So Rebecca had dance classes, what I call downtown, our historic area downtown. And while she has her dance classes, I'm walking a little bit down there. So it's been really neat because now that the weather is warm, people are doing the outside dining. And I love seeing all the people out. They're gathering in this outdoor dining space, and I see people out walking their dogs, and everyone's just having, the social life is coming back, and I'm loving it. And so I just walk up and down the street, and the lights and the trees just start to come on. They have all these trees that are on, we call it the walking mall, but it's a pedestrian mall where no traffic comes. And but they have all these trees that have all these lights in them and hanging lanterns, and it's just so quaint down there. I just love walking down there and absorbing that atmosphere. And I think I shared with you at the very beginning that I was drinking bulletproof coffee every day, and I have since stopped drinking that, like about maybe 2 weeks ago. I'm actually just having 2 cups of coffee a day, and I put my little things in there, my little, my cream, whatever, my cinnamon or something, and that's it. And the rest of the day I'm drinking water. And I have been starting to drink some tea. I was watching another YouTube mom, and she had something called London Fog latte. No, London Fog latte is what it was called. And so I looked it up and tried it, and I think I might actually like to have an afternoon tea. I might be becoming a Brit after all. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, you remember last week when I was telling you about the Cologuard at-home colon testing or whatever, so I wouldn't have to have a colonoscopy? That came in the mail. And look, I got this letter and it's telling you, and I'm just going to fold over the top here so you can't see my address, but it has these instructions here. It's basically telling you, that your kit should have arrived, and then you'll get a patient guide, and then, shipping it back and all that stuff. And so then there is a link that you can watch a how-to video. So anyway, it came in the mail, so we're getting ready to do this thing. Oh my gosh. And then my daughter, my youngest daughter, she's 15, and she got a job. I saw on Facebook that one of my favorite cafes here in town, it's called 0 to 60 Cafe, they were actually closing a lot. And they were saying, sorry, we're gonna have to close early today, or due to staff shortage, we're gonna have to close, Thursday and Friday, and then they might be able to be open on Saturday. And it's like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Like, nobody wants to work. And I know why. So there's an employment shortage here. And so like everybody is hiring. And so my daughter wanted to be a barista, and she was talking about Starbucks, but they didn't hire until they were, you had to be 16 or older, I think. So she's 15. It's going to be, another 7 months before she's 16. And so I asked them on Facebook in the forum we were in if they would hire 15-year-olds. And they said, absolutely. We just have to get a work permit. And I'm like, well, great. Then, so we sent in an email, and my daughter was called, and they called her in for an interview, and she was hired on the spot, and she started she started the next day. So she's going to be all next week. She is working all the way up until my family comes in for the weekend, and she's working like 4 hours a day every day, and she's training. So hopefully by the end of that time, she will get her official barista shirt. Oh my gosh, they're growing up so fast. Oh, and then the evening reflections. Don't you know, I did it like every day the first week, and then this week has been very spotty. I was so tired at the end of the night, y'all. Oh my gosh. So I have to get back to setting that reminder in the evening. My phone will go off with the sleep reminder, and it's 45 minutes before my bedtime it rings. And so that's, if I will just stay true to my schedule, then I will go upstairs and I can begin to unwind and do those evening reflections. My goodness, this is like, I just have an aversion to setting a schedule. But if I don't set a schedule, I won't do it. I know it. If I will set the schedule, set the reminders, and then I have just purposed in my heart, I'm going to follow this schedule because I know it's good for me, I will do it. And the Conquer program. So if you're new and watching this for the very first time, you don't know what the Conquer program that I'm in. It is a support group for women who have, who are in or have been in emotionally destructive marriages. And this Conquer Journey program is, it's online, and the support group is on Facebook. And then we also have weekly calls and weekly. So there's a monthly Q&A call with Leslie Vernick, who is the founder of the program. And then there is also a weekly call with the coaches that she has. And then we meet together and we talk about the videos and the segments that we're going through. So I'm still in the clarity segment, I think. And I have to tell you, I had to take a break this week because reading the stories from these women and talking with them, in the group and stuff, it's been very hard. It's just been like drinking from a fire hose. Everything that I'm going through, they're going through too. And that's a good thing because you're not alone, but it's also like, oh my gosh, it's almost like hearing them speak the very same things that I'm going through and have experienced. And it's just like, I don't want to hear this anymore. I needed to back off of the actual group interaction and just do the call and then my own personal work. But I had to back out off of that group. It was way too overwhelming, and it would really I would walk around with a sour look on my face all the time, and I don't want to be like that. I want to spend more of my time focusing on how I can heal, learning the truth about everything that's going on, deconstructing what I have been going through over the last 20 years. So that's enough in and of itself. That extra stuff was just very emotional. So I had to kind of back off on that some, and that's actually put me in a bit of a better mood. So here's a confession that I'm going to share with you. And this started last year when the COVID lockdowns happened. And places of employment shut down and just like everything shut down. My husband began working from home all the time. He's been working from home since March 16th of last year. And that just really added to the stress. And the confession is that I have basically chewed off all of my nails, and I constantly pick at my cuticles and the area around that and my nails and things like that. I don't have anything left to bite anymore, but I am constantly doing this. So like last year, I went through several boxes of Band-Aids last year, and like my fingers, like mainly these fingers. Well, no, actually my thumbs were too. I would have my fingers just in Band-Aids so that, so I could just let them heal. I kind of got a little bit better. I was talking to my doctor about that. We were talking about anxiety and stuff. And then I started reading a little bit more about it. And then I got into this program again, and then starting to actually talk about these issues and talk out my problems and starting to grow through them. I'm starting to get anxious again when it comes to having to work through a problem. And I just immediately, I will just sit here, and sometimes I don't even know it, and I'm sitting in church and I find myself doing it, and I feel like I just need to sit on my hands. And I would love to grow my nails out and to be able to paint them or get acrylics or something. If I were to get acrylics, they'd be thicker. I probably wouldn't be able to do so much damage to my fingers. But it hurts. It really does. It hurts. They throb sometimes, just because I'm sure that's because they're trying to heal. And so I've been putting Neosporin on them a couple times a day, especially at night, at least so that it can let that soak in, and, and then trying to keep some thick lotion on my hands to also help them heal as well. It is a compulsive behavior. That's what I want to say. It is a compulsive behavior, but it's something that's just so mindless. A lot of times I don't even realize I'm doing it. But I notice that I will do that, and I will, and I flick my fingers and do that kind of stuff. It's just been an area that I have been able to release tension. And, so that's my nasty little confession. And if there's anything if there's any products or anything, suggestions that if you have ever dealt with this or you know someone that has, some other things to kind of help with that, literally, other than sitting on my hands, you know. And so that's the embarrassing thing about all of this, is that I am such a talker with my hands, and I like to shake hands with people and that kind of thing. And it's just really embarrassing to have nothing to show. And then sometimes these just raw finger, these fingers, not fingernails, but the ends of your fingers, fingertips. If y'all could help pray for me in this area, that I would find another outlet or find another way to keep my hands away, keep me from attacking my hands. If y'all want to send me Band-Aids, donate to my PayPal for Band-Aids. I need to break this habit and be aware that I'm doing it, because I am harming myself. It is self-harm, and I don't want to do this. And I'm tired of my hands hurting. It's hard to open a jar. It's hard to, I was trying to do something the other day and I can't, anyway, picking up and grabbing things, trying to plug something in today, because I have to squeeze it or hold on to it, and doing that hurts because this is already throbbing and hurting, and then putting pressure on that, it really is interfering with my day-to-day life and the things that I do. So this was strictly an update video for y'all. I appreciate your love and support through all of this, and I love knowing that that there are people in my corner that are praying for me and supporting me, and I really do appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. And until next time, peace, love, healing, y'all.